Boston Flower to Watch, Jenkins Ingram, an opinion and analysis piece by Barswanian, published January 21st, 2023. Most important Boston Flower? Is it Jenkins Ingram? Jenkins is not the most talented batter, despite being at the head of the Flowers lineup. Jenkins is not the best defender, despite attempting to field 485 out of the 2,508 balls fielded by the team. However, that earnestness to be the one to call out, I've got it, sets them apart from the rest of the lineup. Let's start with the facts, brought to you by the team at Sibber and Blaseball. Jenkins Ingram joined the Flowers as a Season 1 shadow. In Seasons 22 and 23, Jenkins batted and pitched. Their BA and ERAs weren't great. Then, after the fall, in Season N1, Jenkins Ingram was found to be the first batter in the Flowers lineup. Let's start with the first season of Boston Flower fielding. Jenkins is obviously fielding a lot of plays. As the player standing at third base, Ingram is in prime territory for grabbing hit balls on the left side of the infield as well as nearby. In the league as a whole, 15,122 hits went to the left, 11,350 hits went to center, and 10,024 hits went right. Jenkins fielded 170 plays in the infield, 97 left field, 44 right field, and 48 center. Their reach of 0.893 and magnet of 0.102 combined together to give the Flowers a dominant defender that they fervently wish would stay in the infield. Jenkins was about 75% successful at getting outs in the infield versus only 59% successful at getting outs in the outfield. Competing against Ramirez Winters of the Baltimore Crabs for best defender at third base, Jenkins' 485 defensive plays are comparable to Ramirez's 451. Ramirez boasted a 0.928 magnet attribute, which perhaps provides them with their 81% out success rate overall. Ramirez's .0753 reach left them wanting in some areas, however. In deep left field, Ramirez would only show up 5 times and allow 3 hits, whereas Jenkins made it 9 times and allowed 1 hit. Ramirez is 83% successful at getting outs in the infield versus 77% successful in the outfield. It should be noted that the Crabs' outfield has 5 defenders versus the Flowers' 4, both of which could impact how often they each choose to go for a ball there, especially considering the utter lack of deep center field defender for the Flowers. On to batting. Jenkins' experience batting in 388 at-bats brought only a 0.21134 batting average, which lags behind Zach Sanders' .29793 batting average. That's right, Boston Flower fans. The leader in triple, Zach Sanders, didn't clear a .3 BA. Let's hope that the bats blossom in Season N2 after that team boost. Jenkins improving as a batter could prove very useful. They're only one of 6 perfect switch hitters in the ILB and the only non-right-handed batter in the Flowers lineup. If placement of hits matters, this means Jenkins is equally likely to hit the left or right fields and almost as likely to hit center. Sadly, it looks like all of Chaotic Good has right fielders aplenty, so this advantage may not often come up. It could matter in a matchup against the Yellowstone Magic, however, as they have fewer players there and are likely to be one of the top defending teams in Blaseball next season. As the 4th best batter for making successful hits, Jenkins trails behind Zach Sanders, Zelda Highway, and Duha Kamara. Similarly, Jenkins at 18 walks for the season is behind Jessica Telephone at 23, Duha Kamara at 21, and Skylar Khan at 20, while tied with Daniel Mendoza. Ingram is leading the team in a few areas, however, with 45 singles. Jenkins is only closely matched by Duha at 42 singles, as the rest of the team are all sub 30 in that stat. Now, the rest of the Boston Flowers have many, Skylar Kahn or more, the other 6 Flowers, doubles, so that might not mean much. But that doesn't stop Jenkins from being tied for most RBIs on the team at 38 with Zelda Highway. The tie for most home runs certainly doesn't hurt either, tied at 8 with Duha. It turns out, based on astrology, that Zelda Highway is the best player by overall stars in Blaseball. All the above about Jenkins Ingram is true, but it looks like Zelda Highway is either good at, great at, or decent at everything but stuff. A former Tokyo Lift shadow player, Zelda fell onto the Flowers and brought with them a level of star power we haven't seen on the Flowers since Nagomi McDaniel or the original Jaden Hotdog Fingers. But at this time, Zelda is doing the thing she should be doing, batting. In 314 at-bats, Zelda got 91 hits, struck out 59 times, and had 8 walks. 49 doubles, 22nd overall in doubles, 13 triples, tied for 9th overall. At .28981 batting average, Zelda trails behind Zach Sanders in most categories, but also 72 fewer at-bats than Zach. They had the same amount of home runs, and Zelda hit 1 more single. Zelda is tied for most RBI, and is also in the traditional Jacob Haynes position on the lineup, last batter. And this is despite Zelda following Skylar, Kelvin, and Dervin. Zelda fielded the second most hit balls at 347, whereas Zach only fielded 188, and only allowed 67 hits. At 280 outs, she sits at 80.69% of her fielding plays resulting in outs, and that is while being the Flowers' back flanker. As one of 8 back flankers in the league, how does she rate? Zelda Highway of the Boston Flowers is at 80.69 as previously stated, plays with outs, or PWO. Dion Gamage of the Seattle Garages is at 79.17%. Chambers Kennedy of the Core Mechanics is at 78.96%. Wanda Shen of the San Francisco Lovers is at 78.90%. Mindy Kugel of the Kansas City Breathmints is at 77.93%. Sigmund Castillo of the Broken Ridge Jazz Hands is at an even 75%. Donia Bailey of the LA Unlimited Tacos is at 70.27%. Sujin Gloom of the LA Unlimited Tacos is at 66.95%. She's the best back flanker in the ILB before the team boost. After the team boost, she is now the first among the stars. Tierra Wigabout, the best batter pulled from the horizon, 96 on overall stars. I hesitate to have one of our own estimated, but here's the truth. She's the Boston Flower to watch bloom this upcoming season.